Hey admins, this is Greg at Reserve My Court, and today I wanted to go through a new feature we've just added to the website, and that is the ability for you to send HTML formatted emails to your members. You've always had the ability to send plain text emails to those members, but now we wanted to dress that up a bit. A lot of you requested the ability to send formatted text, and that's what we've delivered now. So now when you create an email, you can do different things with that. You can obviously change fonts, the font color, size, bold, do those types of things, add links, images. So all kinds of new neat things and tricks that you can use when you send out emails to your members. So today I want to show you how we're doing that. First thing you're going to notice is when you come to the site now, underneath your club, you're going to have this new item here that says email. And so obviously if you click that, you're going to go to this page, which is where you're going to compose and send your email. If you're going to your user page, if you're on your users page like you always have been, you still have the option of getting to this page from there. This email user button will do that. It's just going to take you back over here to this email option. If you've created groups in the past and you have those groups up and you're on the groups page, you click the little email icon next to that. Same thing, it's going to take you back to this email page with that group pre-selected, so you'll be ready to send them the email. So first thing is obviously up here on this recipients area. This is just like the site's always had. You can start typing in here to select specific users or specific roles, like a captain role, if you want to just send you to that, or if you've created groups, you can select those groups in here as well. So those options are all still available to you. And one thing I do want to point out to you is that if you're adding lots of different people in here and different groups and different things, it's possible that you might have a user that falls into multiple of those categories. And I just want to let you know that they're not going to receive the email multiple times. So you don't have to concern yourself over that. It's going to get filtered out. Each person you select in here, whether or not they appear multiple times or not, is really only going to get the email one time. So you don't have to worry about spamming them with lots of extra emails. So I've got a couple of user accounts in here. I'm going to select both of them to send this email out as a test. Of course, we have to give this a subject, and I'm just going to put in the word test, but you put whatever you want there. And you can just start typing in the body of your email here, just like you always have. But the new thing is we can do things like this. So I'm just going to highlight this text, and I'm going to change it to bold. You can see it comes in as bold. You can change the font size, and you can do this, of course, on the same thing to multiple selections on one piece of text. So I'm going to change this, to extra large, and you can see that now changes that. We can also, of course, we can make this a different color. And so let's make it this color here. And you can see how that works. We can change the font's type itself. So let's go to, say, this type of font, whatever you want to do there. You can create bulleted lists. So just like this, we can create numbered lists if we want to do it as a numbered list. All types of options there for us. Once you get what you want on the screen, obviously you were going to get ready to send that email, but there's a few more things I want to show you here. You may be interested in inserting a link. So if you have something that maybe appears on your neighborhood or your club website and you want to create a link to that, you could do that very easily just by typing in the URL, the link to that item, and give it some text. So this would be something like RMC link here maybe. And now, if a user clicks this link, once they get the email, it's going to take them to that link. Images. So you may want to insert an image. So the one thing I want to tell you about inserting images, you're really inserting a link to an image. You're not technically embedding that image in the email. And so this image will need to live somewhere else out on the internet. So maybe it's on, again, your club website, your neighborhood website, or if it's photos you've taken and you want to post them, you would just need to use one of the services. And there's lots of free services out there that host images for you. And then once you put that image out there and you get the URL for it, you could just paste that URL in here. And so I've copied one, and I'm just going to paste it in here right now, and you'll see there it shows up. You can resize these images once they're in here by just clicking it and then dragging this bottom right-hand corner. And so So one word of note I will tell you about these images and sizing and so forth. Your members are going to be using all sorts of different mechanisms for looking at their email. Maybe they're using Gmail or Yahoo, so they're looking at it through a website, or they might have that app on their phone. They might be using Outlook on their computer. They might be using the software that comes on the iPhone or the Android phones for looking at email. All these different software tools will try to render this HTML email, but they don't all use, unfortunately, the same set of standards. And so sometimes things like these sizing things will come through fine on one particular email client and not on another. And unfortunately, that's just the way it is. So what I would probably recommend is generally is that you try to make these images be small and be the size you really want them to be before you put that. So wherever that link to that exterior that image is, you kind of make sure that original image is the size you want, and not have to do a lot of resizing in here like I've just done. And I'll show you why in a second, because this is going to look perfectly fine when I look at it on one particular software tool, but when I look at it on another, it's not going to look that great. So I'll show you that here in a second. So anyway, one other quick note, if you click this item here, this is the first item, this says View HTML. So, this is a bunch of HTML code for almost all of you guys. This just, maybe looks like Greek and gobbledygook and have no interest in this whatsoever, and I get that. But if you happen to be somebody who understands HTML, you can go in and edit this directly. So you can change some of the features directly in here. If you have an outside tool that you might use to create emails, and maybe you have some marketing tools that you use to create emails, and you have access to the HTML that they generate, you can copy that HTML out and paste it in here directly as well. So if you're into that technical aspect of it, you'll have a little more capabilities if you understand all that. So I'm going to go back and just look at what it looks like, and then we're going to go ahead and send this email, and then this email is going to head out, and I'm going to get the confirmation here on the screen. So I'll know this went out, and I've got that confirmation right there. And so now I'm going to pull up in this email. I've got it a couple of different places now, and so this is how it looks when it comes out on my my Outlook client on my Windows computer here. And so, first thing you'll notice is these images, they're not downloaded. I'm going to download those pictures. And wow, you'll see, this picture of Novak is just really, really big and stretched out, and it really doesn't look all that great. So that's kind of what I was talking about before, about you may want to make sure that original image is sized down to something that's going to look good without having to try to resize it in the tool. But if I go now and give me a second, go back over here and go to my Gmail account, and I'm going to refresh this. And so I got this email here coming in, and so now over here, the Novak picture looks perfectly fine, but hey, look, my club logo is not coming in properly. So it's a little bit of a warning that just, this is not going to be perfect. I will continue to try to improve it, and we've tried to make it as universal as we can to handle all the different possibilities that your users will have. But it's a little bit hectic to try to make that work for everybody, I promise you. So anyway, hope that helps you guys if you're trying to use this new tool, and hope it helps you understand it a bit more. But as always, if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to call. You can always just reach out to support@reservemycourt.com, and we will be happy to help you in any way we can. Thank you so much.